After 3 hours of gameplay, I feel I have enough grasp on the game to come out with my first impressions. Welcome to Sons of Abyss Gaming. Today we will be covering Jedi Fallen Order and whether or not if it's worth your time. Now many doubted the quality of this title, were they right? Or does this game actually resonate strongly with the Force and the Star Wars franchise? Let's find out. Okay, so this is only my first impression, so I will keep this free of any spoilers, excluding some enemies in the beginning of the game. With that being said, I want to touch on the graphics before anything else. I went in not expecting to be blown away with the graphical fidelity. I'm glad I did so, because I was pleasantly surprised. I knew this game would be pretty, but it's actually much more than just that. There are some incredible set pieces, background drops, location variety from flowing waterfalls to ancient Jedi temples, lush and saturated landscapes, and even dark caverns, and this was only the first few hours of the game. This game is simply beautiful in every aspect. I found myself stopping often just to take in the environment around me. I felt truly immersed in this world that was laid out in front of me, so overall, I'm impressed by the graphics so far and can't wait to explore even more of the area. Now the environment isn't the only thing that shines in Jedi Fallen Order. The character facial animations are also very well done and filled with emotion, especially regarding Cal and his pilot. It really adds to the in-game cutscenes, of which there are plenty of. Speaking of, the story here is also very good. I love the story, at least so far. From the start of the game, you're enveloped in this universe that this game wants to present to you. This is definitely a strong point of the game, one of many. Again, I've barely scratched the surface and already Jedi Fallen Order has me wrapped around its little finger. And no, you don't need to be a Star Wars fan to understand and follow the story, though having some basic knowledge, especially regarding Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith, will actually help out a little bit. Now if you are a fan, there is a lot to enjoy, some Easter eggs, which I won't spoil those here. I'll have actually another video going over all the different Easter eggs I've found, so look out for that. But overall, it's very easy to understand, even if you haven't seen any Star Wars movie really. Again, I'm not going in depth on the story. I'll have many videos coming out discussing many aspects of this game soon. I'll close out talking about the story by saying that I'm very excited to see this relationship between Jedi Padawan and his droid develop. I can already sense them growing close, which actually tells you how well the story is laid out for you. Story and graphics are vital, but not as much as the gameplay, and luckily the gameplay is just as strong. It's just as you would expect, controls wise, locking onto your target, dodging, blocking, parrying, striking, and later on you'll start to earn skill points, of which can be used to buy different combos, force powers, and survival upgrades like upgrades to your health and defense. Now the controls all feel very good and refined, very responsive from my first experience anyways. This can change as I play later through the game. Now it can be hard if you're using the second or above difficulty, but I find that it makes it much more fun in my opinion. It never gets old going in, wiping out a patrol of stormtroopers. Strategy is the name of the game here. If you don't think about how you're gonna go ahead and take out the ranged enemies while trying to fight off your melee attackers, you'll die fairly often. And using force powers are very satisfying as well, especially the slow power. It's so fun slowing an enemy down at the last second, dodging their attack and coming back at them to take them out swiftly. It seriously never gets old. The puzzle and traversal mechanics are also very fun, though it can be frustrating at times, but overall it was fairly easy to get used to the jumping, wall running, and other methods of traversal. One thing that really stood out to me is the way you learn some of these powers and these traversal moves. You're taken back through a flashback with your old master through Cal's training, and it's actually done in a very immersive way that just draws you in and adds even further to the story aspect of this game. This is a really good way to do a tutorial without taking you out of the experience altogether. One more thing I really liked about this game is the map design. You find yourself finding many different shortcuts, secrets, and chests while you're exploring. Better yet, your map actually shows you how many chests and secrets are in that area, so you can somewhat track them. The map overall was really easy to read and use. It came in handy many times. I also really loved the sound design from the force powers, the shimmering of your lightsaber, the footsteps as you climb cliffs, the music, sound of enemies. It's all very well done. Lightsaber customization is also very appealing. There's nothing better than building your own lightsaber. There really is a decent amount of choices you have, though I would have hoped for more, but that's more of a nitpick than anything really. You can also change skins for your ship, BD1 and Cal. You find these new looks throughout the many chests in the game. Same goes for lightsaber part. Now one last thing I want to talk about that I really liked was the bestiary. Well, I call it a bestiary. Let's call it a lore book because that's more fitting. This really does have a shitload of information about every aspect of the game, all kinds of different rock formations you find, different bones. You can scan a lot of different things to add to this journal, and it really does actually just expand the world altogether and really envelops you into the story even further. I just really love when a game does this, when a game just hands you out lore all the time, and Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order does just that. There were a few bad things, nothing too bad, but the respawn loading times when you die is fairly long, and that really did get frustrating. Also, there is some FPS drops on the PS4, but it wasn't that often. So far, I don't really have many complaints, though that might change as I play throughout the game. So many things to talk about, but I can't fit it all in this video. I'm leaving out so many different things, but I need to get this video out and start putting a lot more time into the game so I can discover some of its secrets. But to close out, do I recommend this game? Well, I do if you're a fan of Star Wars. That's a no-brainer. If you're a fan of Souls-like or difficult gameplay, then yes, there's much to enjoy here. We haven't even discussed the insanely big bosses that await us. If you're into good and immersive stories and games, then this also might be a game you want to look out for. Overall, I had a lot of fun with my short time in the game. I can't wait to explore it even further. Better yet, have you played yet? Are you having a similar experience, or do you think I'm wrong? Let's talk about it in the comments below. As you can tell, I had a lot of fun with Jedi Fallen Order, and I plan on doing a lot of videos covering it, so if you're into that, be sure to come back and check in every once in a while. I'll have a video out probably about every 3 days or so. Sometimes it might be 4 days, but I might even have it every 2 days. I don't know. I'll see how I'm feeling and how often I play this game. I might just get sucked in and not be able to put out a video for a month because I'm just having that much fun with the game, because it is that much fun. I'm enjoying the hell out of myself, even though I'm having some frustrating times, especially with the loading times. That really is an issue. I hope kind of gets patched later down the line, but oh well, what are you gonna do? Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Of course, I'm out of here.